Something that I didn't mean to do, but it has ended up happening, is I bought perennials to go into these pots and that I put around the garden. And they're, you know, outgrowing the pots. And now this section of the garden, I've had to strip it of everything. So I'm going to take everything that's in these pots and I'm going to plant them in the front of these rose bushes, in front of the rose arbor. And then I'll be able to clean these pots out and get them ready for the bulbs that are going to be delivered probably in about a month. And I guess that could probably be the way I end up working it every year, so that I'll have something to plant in the garden at this time of year when everything's sad and overgrown. I thought I saw some butterflies. I was going to show them to you, but I don't see them now. These are the plants that are in the pots. We've got the dwarf morning glory, blew my mind, lucky star penta, Avarillo carex, archangel angelonia, pizzazz nano portulaca, I don't know how to pronounce that, and creeping jenny. So yeah. So here's the Avarillo evercolor carex. And I just had to dig it out of the pot. I gave it a haircut, and I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to plant it in 2 holes on either side of the rose arbor. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a regular serrated bread knife, and I'm going to cut it down the center here and make 2 halves. Here's that carex that I cut in half. So I planted 1 half right here and the other half right there on the other side of the path. And I think it's going to do pretty well. I already had some of this blew my mind dwarf morning glory, but this is more of it that was in that pot. And look, the creeping jenny rooted in there, and so what I'm hoping is going to happen is that it will grow and act as a ground cover, of course, for this whole area right here. I would love for the creeping jenny to just fill in. Look, this gold mound Duranta, it was only $2.48, and you see it right here. I had this already growing in a pot, but I bought more of it to go into the rest of the garden because I love the pop of color that it gives, and it'll grow really big. I have some in the front in a pot that grew about 3 feet tall and 4 feet wide, so it's just a great addition of color. I put some right here at the edge of this bed, and I'm really excited about it filling out. I just wanted more color. This is that plant. It's called Torina, I guess, and they say it's an annual, and here it is. I've got it in this light pink color, and this is gonna get, you know, part sun just like they wanted it to, because this bed right here is shaded very much by this rose. This purple Torina right here is the one that I had in a big pot last year, and it died back during the winter, and it was growing back in the pot. I didn't know what it was, and it recently started blooming. So down here it could definitely probably act as a perennial. And this kale, I've had it growing since last year, since I guess, let's see, I seeded it, I think, in the fall. So I've almost had it for a whole year. See how this creeping jenny has just gone over the pot and is growing along the ground now? It's actually rooted itself, and I'm super excited because I want a ground cover all over the garden. I don't want grass anymore. I just want to have little plants growing in the cracks of the stones and have that be it. No more grass. I don't want to cut grass. I don't want to hear a lawnmower. I don't want to turn one on. I don't want to learn how to drive one. You may remember that this is where the salvia had grown over the path, and it was just covered with bees and salvia. Well, I had to cut them back because they all got blown down by the storm. Hurricane Ida took care of them. But I cut them back, and I still have salvia here. So it will grow back pretty quickly. You can see there's more right there. But I'm really enjoying having a little bit more color in this area now, other than just blue. I think it's gonna turn out to be very enjoyable. I decided to leave that plant in that blue pot right there because this is where I bring the hose through, and I didn't want to end up tearing things up. So that pot is going to keep the hose from going over the plants and protect them when I drag it through, which I will. So I'm releasing 3 monarch butterflies right now. I'm just going to try to put them on this zinnia. They don't really want to leave. I thought they'd fly away really fast, but here they are. I've got some tiny jewels of opar plants coming up right here from seed. They're gonna grow so quickly. And this is the seed pod for jewels of opar. You see the dark ones, the very darkest ones, those have seeds that are ready to disperse. See these little black dots? These are the seeds of jewels of opar. And I am about to spread them all over the garden because they're my new favorite flower. Stay tuned for next time when I say, what was I thinking? Maybe there will come a day when I wish that I had not dispersed all these jewels of opar seeds everywhere, and I'm pulling them out like weeds, but it's not this day. No. This day I'm excited about. Wow, I can hardly get that off my hands. They're so tiny. Do you see how little they are? Today I want jewels of opar all over the garden. I have so many holes that I want to fill with something that grows fast and is native, and I think it's going to fit the bill, y'all. Look at this darling anole lizard on this orange. Isn't he cute? He's just the cutest thing. We have these all over the garden, and I just love seeing them. Usually when I see a monarch butterfly wing on the ground, I look around for a praying mantis because they are usually the culprit. And here's one right here. If you can see, it's in the center, and it's about 3 inches long. I don't mind if they eat the random monarch butterfly because I really love having praying mantis in the garden. This monarch butterfly wing is the thing that made me look around for a praying mantis because I knew that it had to be around somewhere. I think it knows that I'm here now. It doesn't care anything about hunting anymore, which is a shame. Look at this gorgeous earthworm that I just came across. It's a thing of beauty. Look, he's going into that hole really fast. Wow, he's disappearing quickly. Yesterday I ended up going to Home Depot and buying some more plants. I bought these asters. I bought some more Duranta and some more pentas to fill in these holes right here. I don't think you can ever have too many pentas. I can't remember what these little pink and white flowers are right here, but they're only $1.50. And they say they're annuals, but I have some that have come back from last year. I'll show them to you. These purple ones I planted in a pot, and they came back. I've been poking around, looking to see what I can find, and I've got a ton of seeds on this jewels of opar. Aren't they just lovely? And they're edible. I can't remember if the praying mantis is still here. It's gonna be a gorgeous day in the garden, y'all. Everything's coming to life. I've already seen a hummingbird and several monarch butterflies. Look at how lovely the bloom is on the papaya. It's just so gorgeous. We're about to tear up all of these red stones here and turn this into a fire pit slash patio area. But also I'm going to grow a lot of vegetables here. So I'm going to have some raised beds here. This is going to be all different soon.